Welcome to the third episode of the Home Turf podcast, powered by Bet9ja, the home of betBOOM. Now, this is where sports lovers, football punters have their honeymoon. If you there here, you go know say your money, they work for you, and you go see results. Now, it's a full house. I have experienced punters in the house, and we're going to, just put heads together and give you the very best. This weekend, everything go green. Just leave them. Now, it's important that I also say this. Bet9ja not be anybody mate. Bet9ja has upped the ante. Now, what did Bet9ja do? Maximum payout is 200 million. So you can wake up from your dream and start chasing your dreams. Just go Bet9ja. All your dreams would come true. Let's go into the first segment, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I introduce the first segment, let me introduce the heavyweights in the house. By my immediate left, ladies and gentlemen, Olukoyi himself, Onikoyi, Babag Balagba, the king of the swagger and outside. Big Sheggz in the building.
Big Sheggz, thank you for having me. Husband material, Poco, Pooja.
You're welcome.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, our very own Fabrizio Romano. This man make us happy. The news where the guy bring out about Osimhen, we look say, yes, we get our own. Even your fave. Can't go on notification. They say, what is Pooja saying? So that thing go use them. Pooja!
Back to back.
Back to back. And ladies and gentlemen, they say home is where the heart is. This man's heart be like 20 hectares because they ever day inside. Poco Lee! Yes, sir. You're welcome, Poco Lee.
Get explosive odds at random. Introducing betBOOMs. Get massive odds on any sports bet, however you play. Singles, multiples, in play. Zoom. It's time to boom your bet. Available now, only on Bet9ja.
Oh yeah, make we go straight into the first segment. And the first segment now, weekly roundup. Now, let's begin first with, a conversation that we had, and we had high expectations. To the glory of God, it don't work out. But I would ask, this Victor Osimhen's move to Galatasaray, do you think it is the best move for him at this time?
In general, I think it was a good move for him based on what the situation was. If we could go back 3 months ago, maybe it wouldn't have worked out that way. But, I think there's a reason for everything, so I feel like he's going to shut it down.
Interesting. Pooja?
I think it's a needed, transfer for both parties. Osimhen is still on the books of Napoli. He needs to play. They don't want him to play at Napoli. They need to send him as well. Still have to make a lot of money off him. So he needs to move. Like Sheggz said, if you like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, you could actually want a bigger deal. But this time around, that deal is needed for both parties to continue because Osimhen contract still runs till 2026. So they need to continue to play. They need to continue to pay him because Napoli still want to cash out.
Win-win situation
for both
parties.
parties.
They show. Now, make I ask you, Poco.
Yes, sir.
After the announcement of Austin Eguavon, people, they look, say, these Super Eagles, Eguavon, share these boys, share. But we see the first game, and a lot of Nigerians were excited. You think, say, as Baba, they control the ship of the motor now, everything go pure.
Everything is active. I see everything will go well, normally, because our score sheets before now, I don't think we don't reach this level. Or the 3-0 is a plain sheet. No,
we did not consider any
exactly. So the coaching has a long way to go. So you go like Hebrew women, you go deliver.
You go deliver like Hebrew women. But I would like to ask you, Big Sheggz. A lot of people have complained about the synergy, looking at our own coaches. I would not want to say local coaches. Looking indigenous coaches and also the team, considering the fact that these guys play in big teams in Europe and then they return, they don't have ample time to practice. But we saw that game against Benin Republic and we created a lot of chances, dominated play, and a lot of Nigerians were excited about it. Do you think that make we never to get our hopes very, very high because now the first bounce? Or do you think, once we get into that saddle, we're going to go all the way?
No, I think it's very, very important for us to get our hopes high. I think as Nigerians, sometimes we don't support our own. Low-key, people still have a slave mentality where they feel like certain guys have more power. So Austin Aguilar is a Nigerian man like me, like you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes people use that to maybe look down on people. I think he's the greatest person for the job. I think he's doing a great job. If we look in the Premier League, for example, how many black managers do we have in the Premier League? Not many at all. Maybe one safe. Do you understand? Maybe zero. So I'm not sure about the season. So yeah, I just feel like he's the best man for the job. I feel like we need to show support to one of our own. And we need to push him to, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Interesting. So Pooja, you were at the stadium. You not even they stand. See the boys. As they play, you see the made in China when they're right on top of the ball. And you saw Ademola Lookman's performance in person. But Ademola Lookman when score hat-trick for Europa League final. When we don't already talk, say I go win Africa Footballer of the Year. If the more I don't go do anyhow, But it can't be like say the big clubs in Europe did not put too much interest in him making that move from Atalanta to some other prominent club. Do you think they're dulling on Ademola Lookman?
I think it's two perspective. Before the Atlanta move, he had a very he struggled well in the EPL in the Premier League, and he moved to Atlanta and he blew up. But this time, I think if it is consistent enough with the national team, he did well from the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. Now, we are getting to the AFCON qualifier, continues to do well. He did well at the Europa League. I think if we continue in that, that manner, with that momentum, I think the big club will come. Because from last season PSG came, but because it's not that the constant level have to be very, very huge for you to now attract the big club. So for Ademola Lookman, I think he's still on that. Can he do it? Can he still not do it? But if this season continue on this level like last season, the big club will come.
Now talking about who can do it or who cannot do it, Manchester United fans now, before they see every game, they have their words of affirmation. Today, we will not cry. Oh, nah. Sheggz, let me ask you. Sorry, Sheggz. I know you are a Manchester United fan like me. But do you think that the decision to stick with Erik ten Hag, Ineos has said, would give him the opportunity, would give him ample time. He has our backing. But some fans are saying, this Egungu, now Express they go and there's no going back. Do you think that they made the right choice by backing ETH?
I'm in the middle. I think Ineos, I understand them coming into a new club and feeling like, okay, cool, we just come into the club. We don't want to shake too many things up. So, they already had conversations with him. We were unsure as to what was going to happen in the summer. They kept him in the job. I understand they were going to give you a season to show us if you're able to be here. They brought in like Van Nistelrooy to be right behind him. I understand why they did it. Do I think it's the right choice? No. Do I think he needs to leave? Yes. But I think let's give him a season and see what he does. But I think he has potential because obviously he's won trophies. So it's not like he didn't win anything. Do you know what I'm saying? He won some trophies. With me, if it was personally my decision, I wouldn't have kept him in the job. But I can get why they kept him in the job. And let's see.
So Poco Lee,
yes, sir.
Sheggz is neither here nor there. If you leave him, make the guy go. But because of for you, what do you think?
For me, I think you could still deliver because I need this kind of gathering to ask my other people. Do you think aside the coach in the team, of which a coach is needed, what about the players?
Okay.
Yeah, because I play street football. I didn't need the coach to tell me what to do. So I know I'm matured enough, like sensible enough to know what to do with my teammates and stuff. So I don't
think that the players also have a responsibility
on the field of play, not just the coach. They did the training, they did the formation and everything. So you guys come deliver.
So Pooja, what do you think? If we're to say this is the person that is responsible for the performance of the team. You have the players playing together.
Yeah.
Now then they the pitch. The coach will they shout instructions right for paper. But now then they the pitch. The coach now they're responsible for the team selection and all. But do you think that decision to back ETH was the right one?
I think I would still to what Sheggz said, because if you look at it very well, behind Pep Guardiola has done well in terms of trophy. He has won Carabao Cup as well as the FA Cup back to back.
True.
So I think what they want from me is to be dominant in the league, get to the Champions League places, win, at least fight with all this top side. Get to the later part of the season, fight with Arsenal, fight with Man City, and let's see what you can do in a full season. Of course, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup are good, but when it comes to the biggest money, you go to the Champions League. So They want to see that from him, and they don't want to shake off so many stuff, because at the end of the day, if there's so many shake-up, that means you're going to affect the team. And at the end of the day, like, Poco Lee said, for formation, Ogavon said something. He said formation is all about information.
Interesting. So it's important to point out that we're all backing Osimhen. We're certain that he's going to perform at Galatasaray this season. We also trust in Austin Eguavon to deliver.
100%.
And if Ademola Lookman continues in the manner he did last season, the big clubs will come with the big money
You don't have a
next
choice.
season.
You don't have a choice.
And finally, Eric Ten Hag, he be like saying that the final rope, now they give her like this. So, because, I mean, you cannot say, oh, I won the Carabao Cup, I won the FA Cup. If you're not playing, because some people look at Man City and say, just give Man City the league. They are playing really very, very well and they are dominant. 100%. But we'll see how this season unfolds. Now, let's move to a very interesting segment where, we're going to discuss interesting games coming up this weekend. But remember, Bet9ja has upped the ante. Bet9ja say dream. Go to bed and dream. Wake up and boom. Everywhere go green. 200 million naira payout. 200. There's nothing like, oh, I want to just see if what I can do with 100 million, 20 million, 200 million. Their owner say win them. They go pay you. Bet9ja no be anybody, mate. Welcome to Bet Boom. And this is the segment where we share the most impressive Bet Boom slips. Now, what did Bet9ja they do with Bet Boom now? Say, just play your game. Then go boom them for you. And you go chop big money. So you can stake with, say, maybe 2,000 naira. You're expecting to win 20,000. Bet9ja would boom your sleep. And you would see 200,000 naira. In fact, you can even win up to 1 billion naira. Now only Bet9ja they run them. And evidence day, you can verify. So I'll give you 2 tickets this week. And you would see the miracle that boomed with the slips. First game is a punter staking on Frankfurt against Mönchengladbach with a total odd pool of 4.15. The person staked with 22,755 naira to win 94,433 naira. Guess waiting Bet9ja boom the slip to 944,332 naira. Boom! Next one. Netherlands against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Ireland against England. Ukraine against Albania. Germany against Hungary. And Georgia against Czech Republic. The total odds pulled 4.84. And the person staked with 100,000 naira to win 484,000 naira. Guess waiting Bet9ja boom that slip to 4,843,793 naira. Tell me who does it better? No other. No other. No other. Only Bet9ja. Bet boom. Just take your games and let Bet9ja boom that sleep. If you chop, even if na 1 billion, Bet9ja go pay you. Bet boom. 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 Welcome to Ponta's Corner, where we discuss tactics and the best approach to the games. Now, it's interesting to note that a lot of punters look at the international break and decide to take a break afterwards because they go look, say, this international break, you don't know waiting these guys, they don't go chop and they don't come back here and they feel not day as then day. But I would like to ask, a question and I would want us to just answer directly. How do you approach the international break?
I think it depends on what's the continent you are going to. I think for me as a person, I always look at continents when I'm going for my international break, and don't bet on the outcome basically because most of them are glorify friendly. Look at the Nations League; it's like not like a friendly, but like a friendly. So you have to be careful. So I don't go for the game scoreline. Okay. I go for other yellow cards. Because people always think about the outcome of games, but there are other variables to bet on. You can bet on corner kicks, you can bet on throw-ins. So why not go for corner kicks as well? But if I'm going for the AFCON, the AFCON side, talking about Africa, I go with the straight win. Not Africans, they tear anybody into pieces.
At home.
Home and away. Home and away. They have a stretch of games. So if you look at their momentum, so you can go for straight win in that manner. But for other continents like European countries, just go for the other variables: corner kicks, caution games, bookings, and of course, your throw-ins.
So, Big Sheggz, let's talk about after the international break and we return to club football. What influences your choice of games and what outcomes do you go for?
I think how teams performed, how players performed. So I think depending on the squad, like let's say, for example, with England now, like let's say Man City, for example, Jack Grealish had an amazing game. So him going
during the international break.
So him going back into the squad, he's full of confidence, he's buzzing. So if I see him in the starting lineup, I know that he has a point to prove, especially based on the fact that he wasn't really starting much last season and he started this season. Pep is playing him, he's getting minutes. So I think I have to look at what happens in the international break onto how it's going to affect what happens when you come back from it. It's the same way with Lookman, same way with Victor. I think Victor Osimhen had like a great game for Nigeria. His first game for Galatasaray. He's going to come in with that ginger as you get. So my money's on them.
So Poco, you win some, you lose some.
Therefore,
some people, they look international break and they will talk, say, this international break, you know, go as I expect. Like, for example, Kazakhstan, Norway, with Haaland and Odegaard, that game na barren draw. Now, if you approach club football in the following week, how do you go about it? If you don't look, say it not favor you this international break, how you do it?
I won't lie, I go all out still. Yeah, because in football, anything can happen. You never can tell. If you hold back and you let that regret, I don't like how I know. So I just will like put full force. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, I relax.
Interesting. So this is strategy from the big men. Pooja don't talk and say, if you want play, just check them. Leave certain outcomes. Why they pursue 4-1? Why they pursue 5-0? Yellow card day, corner kicks day. If you go with that one they okay. Big Sheggz don't tell you, say, if Jack Grealish, Jack the Three Lions, and then do well for international break, if he go day squad for weekend, the guy go get point to prove. Same with Osimhen, same with Ademola Lookman. And Poco don't tell you, we never back down. No leave, no transfer.
Fire.
Continue firing and you're definitely going to win. So let's switch into hot tips where these big men are going to look at certain games and say, this weekend go hot. Let me begin first with Sheggz. Because Sheggz, 14th September, 12:30 p.m., Manchester United away against Southampton. Does this bring back PTSD?
Not really. I think it's a different season. I think it's a different squad. I think also even with Southampton as well, I feel like different season for them, different squad as well. I just don't feel like they're as strong. I feel like we have a lot to give. I just don't see us losing the game. I feel like I'm not losing sleep over that game. Like I genuinely feel like we're going to win.
So you're certain that Manchester United would get all 3 points?
Claim a win.
3 points. 3 points.
Interesting.
United,
now let's talk about some other games. Pooja, Brighton, Ipswich. There's Crystal Palace, Leicester City, Fulham, West Ham United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. In fact, I want us to discuss this Liverpool, Nottingham Forest because our boys, they Nottingham.
Yeah.
And we hope say nothing go harm them when they go Anfield. What do you think of the Liverpool, Nottingham Forest game?
It's going to be very tough for Nottingham Forest. Liverpool are the only team who have not considered in the EPL this season. They played against Man United. They didn't concede 3 games, 0, 3 clean sheets. So it's very big for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, they scraped to the relegation last season, and you're going to Anfield. Anfield is like a fortress. That's the most loudest, stadium in the world. And you're going there with a new manager, with a new ginger, with a record going for them. And it looks like the Salah of this world is coming to is in old form. So for Nottingham Forest, for Olaino, for Taiwa Oni, apologies in advance. I don't think they can do anything tangible against Liverpool.
Interesting. Exactly. Now let's talk about Manchester City versus Brentford. Now, nobody can afford to go and play Manchester City and just think that you want to go there to go and play football. Those guys, they play like say that they wear something for waist.
If you play 2 days straight,
I'm telling you.
The depth of that squad, the energy they put into the games. Man City go they beat person 3-0. Still they pursue ball like say they need 2 more goals. Why? Man City, come on, please now. Have mercy on your elder brother. Manchester United. Now let's talk about Aston Villa, Everton, and Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Chelsea, After una go so Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Bournemouth doesn't have Solanke.
Yeah.
Chelsea has Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Poco Jackson.
What do you think about that game?
For me, I'm giving Chelsea a straight win.
Away from home against Bournemouth.
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
Very sure about that game.
Interesting. Okay, no wahala. Poco, don't talk am now. Make we
We'll see the
just
outcome.
go to a very important game on Sunday. These guys, over the years, the games have become more intense, not really close. Spurs play host to Arsenal. And a lot of people are looking at Arsenal and they are saying Arsenal has the capacity to challenge Manchester City for the title. I want to ask a straightforward question. Do you think that this game against Spurs is make or ma for Arsenal, considering the fact that they drew against Brighton? If Arsenal not win this match, sure you think, say, they're supposed to just tell Man City bye-bye from far?
Well, I think, if you have that season lasting for Arsenal, and you won most of your game, and you still not catch up with Man City, I don't think dropping point this time around will be just the end of the season for you. For Arsenal, they'll not be playing against Spurs without Declan Rice. Mm-hmm. That's a big loss for them. They'll be playing again. Last thing they won home and away. So this season, you need to continue that form to keep up with Man City. Unfortunately, for most people in the EPL now, Man City have started the league for the first time after 4 or 5 years on a good note. They've won 3 of their games. Alan have scored 4 goals in 3 matches. That's crazy form for a Pep Guardiola side. So for Arsenal, drawing points against Brighton, they need to win away at Spurs. And they have their best player when it comes to the midfield, Declan Rice, not playing that game. So they are going to sweat. So that game, I'll just leave on the look. I'm not going to go to that game to stake it.
Just leave am the look am. So let's talk about some other games quickly. There's Wolverhampton Wanderers against Newcastle United. And when you go to the La Liga, Sevilla against Getafe and Real Sociedad against Real Madrid. Now, the surprise team for last season in the La Liga was Girona. But this time they are playing at home to Barcelona, and then Atletico Madrid play Valencia. In the past, these games would be tagged super games. I mean, they are still big games, but in the past, these games were games like Atletico Madrid Valencia. Now, game when we say people go won't watch because they go look, say, but now, do you think that these games will give us something to watch over the weekend? Big Sheggz.
For sure, I think there's always something to watch in ball, but like you said, I don't think it's on the level that it used to be at. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I think that some of the squads are weaker than they used to be maybe 3-4 years ago. But I'm happy to watch it. I'll see it. I like La Liga. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think Atletico Madrid are going to beat Valencia. I like their new squad. I like the new shape of things. Madrid Sociedad, I won't be putting money on that game because I think that Sociedad, for some reason, they always cause a problem with Madrid. So let's see. Okay.
So let me just run through the games and then we'll settle for one because of our boy, Victor Boniface. So there's Empoli, Juventus, AC Milan, Venezia, Genoa, Roma, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Cagliari, Napoli, Monza, Inter Milan, and in the Bundesliga, Dortmund, Heidenheim, Hoffenheim, Bayer Leverkusen, Leipzig, Union Berlin, Holstein, Bayern Munich. In Ligue 1, Saint-Etienne, Lille, Marseille, Nice, Auxerre, Monaco, and PSG Brest. But let's come back to Leverkusen. They're away against Hoffenheim. In the previous game, these guys were 2 goals ahead. And unfortunately, Leipzig pegged them at 2-2 and even got the 3rd goal. And a lot of people are saying, Alonso, what's happened? These boys be like, say they don't get too comfortable.
Relaxed.
Do you think that for a punter, you would look at Leverkusen and say they have learned their lesson and they will definitely bounce back this season? Or you will just tell them, say, avoid these guys.
I think, as a punter, most of those teams like Bayer Leverkusen, you have to give them a break. You don't know how they will react after a defeat, after a long time. They are 60 games unbeaten and they now got a shocker, despite being 2 goals up. So as a punter, leave that game to see how they are going to react after a major loss. Because you can't go all the way. Of course, you can go all the way, you have the mind. But for you, like I said, in my previous episode, I always look for stats. And stat is when they cut your momentum, how are you going to react? We've seen clubs across the world, they struggle because they will now start doubting themselves. Can we still do it? Can we not still do it? And now they're going away from home. So what you need to do is just see what happens, because I roll with stats. So my stat tells me, leave teams that they have their momentum cut short. And for Bayer Leverkusen, the confidence level is now down.
Interesting.
So let's see what will happen after 2-3 games, if they're going to come back to their shell, and I go all the way with them.
Get explosive on at random. Introducing betBOOMs. Get massive odds on any sports bet, however you play. Singles, multiples, in play. Zoom. It's time to boom your bet. Available now, only on Bet9ja.
All right, so it promises to be an interesting weekend of footballing action ahead, but this is where the big men in the house will put their reputation on the line. Bet9ja Sure Banker. 9 interesting games, and we're going to decide on the outcome. I am very certain that this third time we're going to be lucky. Arsenal, una know say that una go do that any other time and Leverkusen. But this time I'm very certain that we're going to do well. So let's look at the games.
Okay.
We're going to begin first with Brighton versus Ipswich Town.
With Boko, we did here first, make it, launch out for us.
Oh yeah, Brighton. Will Brighton our tickets?
Brighton, I think, no, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. But for the game, it's better I go on like an over 2.5.
Over 2.5.
Than giving a straight win to anybody.
Over 2.5.
If you look at Brighton,
Yeah.
They've started the season very good.
Yes.
On
a bright note.
They've not lost to Chelsea. They've not lost to Arsenal.
They defeated Manchester United.
So let's see what will happen in this game. But like Poco said, I think we should go for goals game.
Yeah.
Straight win?
I think Brighton will win, but I think it's safer to go with what Poco said. I personally think Brighton will win, but I think, you know what, let's go with
because
what
if
Poco
it's
said.
a new promoter side.
Yeah, new promoter side. Brighton are having the best form. They just came out playing big teams, winning.
Over 2.5 at least. At least there's a go-go.
All right, so
Fair.
Brighton and Ipswich over 2.5.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Now let's go to the next game. Liverpool, Nottingham Forest.
Straight win.
Straight win.
Okay, straight win for Liverpool.
Straight win.
No doubt.
Okay, so we expect Liverpool to win and bag all 3 points. Spurs versus Arsenal. Spurs, Arsenal.
Draw.
You get
Draw.
a draw.
I'm going with a draw.
Draw, a goalless draw.
No goal, let's draw. 1-1.
1-1. Over 1.5.
You can do X or Google.
X or go-go.
Yes.
X or go-go.
Why are you so sure there's an X?
Because in the last game as well, Arsenal were leading like 3-0 or 2-0.
Yeah.
And they collapsed. And they got goals. And even Oman away last season as well, it was a goal.
Go-go, literally.
So if it looks like, because Arsenal now they are losing Rice, so that means they may close shop. So if you close shop, there could be a draw, and Arsenal always concede.
So 1.5.
A go-go, yeah, same as that.
Because if you are going for a straight draw, that means it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, goalless draw.
So we need to split. If you are not splitting with the chance mix, we can go for a just goals game.
What if I go with straight win and I do a side bet with you guys?
You go do that one on your own. So we're going for a 1.5. We're going for a 1.5 because there will definitely be goals in that game. Now, Girona, Barcelona. Girona, Barcelona.
Oh, the squad. Baka is a straight win. What do you think?
Honestly,
With the squad.
I think Barca will lose. On my own sleep.
Nah.
Because it's the 2 ways now. For Girona, they defeated Barcelona home and away last season.
Exactly.
On the same scoreline, 4-2. Now we have a new manager. They are playing well. They've won all their 3 matches. Against the Girona, they are like a shadow of themselves from last season.
Yes.
So it looks like a game that is going to be a goals game. I don't think Barcelona can go all the way and win. Girona want to prove a point. Always in all the leagues, we always have a boogie team. I think Girona have become like a boogie team to Barcelona.
Yeah, in La Liga,
now,
for
in La
sure.
Liga for
Yeah,
teams.
for sure.
So it's going to be difficult for Barcelona. So I think goals game could work.
So 1.5.
Should we go
1.5.
for 1.5?
Yes, we can settle for 1.5.
This our slip is really safe right now, to be honest.
I mean, there's still other
Let's
games.
go hard. Let's go hard.
There are still other games. There's Atletico Madrid, Valencia. Atletico Madrid, Valencia.
Valencia are the shadow of themselves.
Right now.
I think they've not won a game this season. Even from last season, they've not won like 4-6 games on the bounce. And against Atletico Madrid, who have a very good game. They won last minute goal against the last game. So
Yeah, facts. I think Atletico is to win,
yeah,
to be
I
honest.
think it's going to be a straight win.
Straight win for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there's AC Milan, Venezia. AC Milan.
AC Milan, our own Samuel Chukwueze.
Our boy is there now. Chukwueze.
I think Milan to win as well.
He's
Milan
on
to
form.
Even though I hate Serie A, but I think
Because
Milan to win.
if Milan fails to win, they are going away to Inter. So there's a Milan derby
Yeah.
that you could lose points. So if you are playing at home, you have to win and hope that maybe something happen in the big game in the after. So
Yeah, facts.
I think against Valencia.
I think I'm a go actually though.
Valencia.
Venezia. AC Milan don't they? But I think
go.
playing at the San Siro,
1.5, cool.
AC Milan would.
New signings. I like Tammy Abraham's energy. I think they have a lot to give.
So AC to win, straight win. Okay, all right. PSG versus Brest.
PSG are smashing it right now. Straight win.
Okay,
Paris
straight win for
Saint-Germain
PSG.
anybody.
Jam anybody. Bayern Munich away against Holstein Kiel.
Bayern as well.
Bayern to win.
Bayern to win.
Straight
Okay.
win.
Bayern
I think it's the only tricky because Bayern this season as well. I think they win, but they've been giving
They've
us
been
like
shaky.
that Bayern Leverkusen vibe. That's last minute back-to-back wins. So they have to I beg you, national back.
So these boys now that rubbished Bayer Leverkusen for us last 2 weeks. Leipzig against Union Berlin.
That's a very, very tough game.
Yeah.
Those are the games I hate betting on. to be
So what
honest.
you do?
It looks like they are on the same level.
Yeah, it looks like the same
So
level.
there are gonna be goals definitely.
Yeah, there'll be goals, but I don't know. Like they're both them. Those teams are like, you just don't know how it's gonna go. To be honest, with those teams, like I feel like Leipzig and Union Berlin, they're similar squads. Like they're the same type of squad. It's the same type of teams.
But do you think they can be riding on the wave of beating Leverkusen away from home and would want to go all out? This renewed confidence that we beat these guys, ended their unbeaten run at home. We came from 2 goals down. I mean, we are Leipzig. We're not small.
And I would feel like that, but I think Leipzig, they're a really good side. But I think Union Berlin, they have really exciting footballers. So it's like they have guys that can change the game.
So do we settle for goals?
Go.
All right, 1.5. Interesting. So 9 games there you have it. Just look at the code and make sure you play with wisdom. And in the end, we're all going to celebrate. May the odds be in our favor. Boom! Everywhere go green. Everywhere go green. Everywhere go green. Welcome to the Prediction Guru segment where you stand a chance to win cash prizes, Bet9ja branded merchandise, and other fantastic gift items. All you need to do is predict the correct scoreline of 5 selected games. Are you ready? First is Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, Southampton versus Manchester United, Girona versus Barcelona, Hoffenheim versus Leverkusen, and Atalanta versus Fiorentina. Predict the correct scoreline of these 5 games and cash prizes, Bet9ja branded merchandise, and fantastic gift items will be yours. Prediction Guru, come and use your destiny now and predict. Be a guru. Win. Prediction Guru. So there you have it on the 3rd episode of the Home Turf podcast. I and these very, very amazing gentlemen, Poco Lee, big Sheggz and Pooja, our very own Fabrizio Romano.
There we go.
Yes, so we look forward to interesting games this weekend. Make sure that you stick with what you can afford to lose, and may the odds be in our favor. Everywhere go green.
Amen.
Boom.
Therefore, the